Hey guys, Noel here, and it is Saturday night, and before I go about my business for the evening, which is going to include doing video game reviews and watching Columbo in some order or another, I wanted to do a take two of a video that we uploaded because I noticed a factual error and an omission, and so I thought that would be grounds for a take two for this video. So what we are going to do, because it is holiday season, is do a review on the topic of the PlayStation Classic, which is coming out soon, which means we are going to be reviewing Pix, the demo disc that came out in 1995, not 1994, for the Sony PlayStation. This has games such as Battle Arena Toshinden, Jumping Flash Wipeout, and ESPN2 Extreme Games, which are playable, and then videos of games such as Tekken, Ridge Racer, and well, those are the two standouts for the videos, at least in my opinion. This is the best foot forward that Sony of America decided to include with their PlayStations when they sold them, and I think this is an appropriate thing to review, considering that the PlayStation Classic has not so many great third-party games, although it certainly does have some great third-party games, but it seems to be relying heavily on games that come out of Sony's library and the types of games that came out in the first couple years of the PlayStation. We recently did a review for the 1997 demo disc that was included with PlayStation, which included games like Cool Borders 2 and Intelligent Cube, which are also on the PlayStation Classic, which I think are really good additions. So without further ado, let's get down to playing some Pix, and we'll see how these games measure up in demo form. So we'll hit our lights, grab our controller, and we'll get down to playing some Pix for the Sony PlayStation. We'll try to adjust our camera like so. There we go. Apparently the composer of this background music was fairly famous in the mid-90s. I was watching Classic Gaming Quarterly, and I actually can't remember his name, but it may or may not have been Tommy Tallarico, I don't know. So we have Wipeout here, which apparently a lot of people enjoy. I think it's an okay racing game. I'm not really big on racing games. We have Battle Arena Toshinden, which aesthetically I enjoy very much, even though the gameplay is very slow. But I love the look and feel of that game. Jumping Flash, which is, I think, is probably the best game on here, which is a first-person shooter crossed with a Sonic the Hedgehog type game. ESPN Extreme Games, which is a sprite-based, digitized rollerblading racing game where you can punch people. And then we can watch videos of Ridge Racer, Destruction Derby, my favorite Tekken, Air Combat, Twisted Metal, Warhawk, Philosoma, and Keyleak. For the purposes of this review, let's play through what we can actually play, and then we will try to look at, I would say probably one or two of those video clips, and they're going to be my ones that I think are the best, which are going to be Tekken and Ridge Racer. So let's play some Wipeout here. Now, the thing about this demo disc is once you lose, you have no lives. You will be kicked back to the demo screen where you select your games. Again, I believe Bernie Stolar was running Sony at this time for the PlayStation section, and he did not like Japanese RPGs, so keeping in mind also that PlayStation was still in the process, even in Japan, of accumulating a really good game library, but it wasn't really until Final Fantasy VII that PlayStation really began to develop a very rich RPG library in the United States. And Sega Saturn, unfortunately, once Bernie Stolar took over in Sega of America, he really drove the Sega Saturn right into the ground with his lack of bringing out good Japanese games, including RPGs. And even if they did come out, I don't think they were advertised very well. So this is a good example of the Sony PlayStation's ability to have very crisp, vivid, polygonal graphics. Sega Saturn, I think, was technologically superior to the PlayStation. If programmed properly, Saturn games looked better than PlayStation games. But really, it was Sega that knew how to program for the Sega Saturn much better than third-party developers. So third-party developers did not really do the Saturn justice. So on average, 3D games on the PlayStation looked a little bit better, but the Saturn games certainly did not look bad. And of course, once Saturn faded away in the United States, as time passed, programmers learned to program for the PlayStation even better. You started getting games like Final Fantasy VIII, where the cutscenes looked like something out of the Sega Dreamcast. Shenmue 2, though, not Shenmue 2. Shenmue 2 and Shenmue 1 were originally one game for the Sega Saturn. And if you play Shenmue 2 on the Xbox, you will see how amazing Sega's programming was to push the Saturn, and the 3D imagery on Shenmue for the Sega Saturn looks unbelievable. It looks head and shoulders above anything gameplay-wise I've ever seen on the PlayStation. So again, I'm not very good at racing games, so I'm hitting lots of walls here, but we do get a feel for Wipeout here, and it is a pretty enjoyable game to play, especially if you're into this kind of thing, and if you were buying the PlayStation in 1995 and were interested in seeing its prowess as far as 3D polygonal graphics and crisp, clear images, then this certainly is something that would please you. So that's Wipeout. One moment, please. While this loads to the next game, which will be Battle Arena Toshinden, which I will lose at badly, despite the fact that I do like this game. I have not seen the Japanese anime OVA of this. It looks very good. It looks to be similar to Tekken, the motion picture, which I enjoyed very much. We can be Eiji, Foe, and Ellis. Let's be Eiji, this game's equivalent of Ryu, and fight Ellis, who is voiced by someone who sounds like Cyndi Lauper. In fact, it might be Cyndi Lauper. I don't know. I doubt it, though. This game does a really great job of showing off the PlayStation's 3D capabilities, and keep in mind, too, that fighting games were all the rage in the 90s, as they should still be now. They're much better than first-person shooters, in my opinion. See if I can get her a ring out here. Nope. I'm just going to get knocked out and hit her once.
I never give up.
Well, that was pathetic. And I'm good at fighting games, so I don't know what that says about me, or I don't know what it says about this game, but that was a pitiful showing on my part, and we're going to move on to Jumping Flash. I do have Battle Arena Toshinden from the PlayStation, and I swear I have beaten it, but it's been so long, and honestly, as much as I like the game, it's not that memorable, so I don't really remember the final boss on it. Here's Jumping Flash. This game is quite innovative. Let's wait for some load time here.
Jumping Flash.
Alright. Now, this game, as I said, it looks like it's it's like a first-person shooter if it took place in a Dire Straits music video from the 1980s, which means it's fantastic. Now, I have never beaten this demo. I got this demo disc from my friend who did have a PlayStation when it came out in 1995. He got it for Christmas. I supported the Sega Saturn, and I don't regret that for a second, because I think that the Sega Saturn is an amazing video game system, although it is unfortunate that Sega and Sony did not work together during this time, because that would have really solved Sega's problems. Because Sega never really was able to get their act together internationally. When they did well in the United States, they underperformed in Japan, and vice versa. So you had things like the Saturn, which sold well in Japan, and then you had the Sega Genesis, which did not sell that well in Japan. I mean, it sold well enough to have a cultural presence, but it did not sell like it did in the United States. Alright, so square button is allowing me to shoot here, and if I hit circle, I launch one of those bombs. X makes me jump. There's an exit there, which I don't know how to get to, so we can hop on here. Whoa. enjoy this music. It's very pleasant. Cool thing about this game is it really it demonstrates the kind of experimental nature of games at this time. People didn't really know what exactly this era of video games was going to be like. So you have things like Jumping Flash, which are really mashing together things like Doom and Sonic the Hedgehog. So I blow up that giraffe there.
Free to go.
Let's be careful here. I don't know if I've ever actually been this far in this game. So I am looking forward to getting the PlayStation Classic so I can play games like Jumping Flash. Let's see if I can get this here. No, I can't. Alright, now I gotta go backwards, looks like here. There's the exit, but how do I get to it? It's too far away. Can I get on here? Nope. Whoa. Looks like I'm stuck. That's no good. Well, for the sake of brevity, let's move on to the next game. This is extremely fun to play, though. Whoa! Whoa! Alright, well, there goes Bunny Man.
Game over.
Nice stylized, cartoony Japanese pictures there. Alright, let's play a game that I'm, kind of ambivalent towards, but it has its charm. And I remember actually hearing a bit about this game because visually, the digitized graphics, the sprite-based digitized graphics for the time period were fairly impressive. And this is going to be ESPN2 Extreme games. I actually have its sequel called 2 Extreme under the Greatest Hits library for the PlayStation. ESPN2 Extreme Games. This was ESPN 8, the Ocho. This would be a competitive dodgeball game, which might be more fun. I don't know. Alright, basically it just looks like I have to hit X to accelerate here. My shoulder buttons will let me punch and elbow people. And I just basically fight other people with other extreme racing devices here, like the luge or the bicycle. There's some kind of in-your-face rock music playing in the background. I don't know how well that's coming through on the speaker, because I'm talking and it's a little bit low because my son is sleeping. Get out of my way. Oh no. In the dirt here. This looks like it's happening in upstate New York, so I should be doing better at this. It's my home turf. Man. Oh, hey, I'm in 7th place. This is about as good as I've ever done on this game here. Careful. No! 5th place. Go, man, go. This game is actually more fun now that I'm getting a little better at it, so. Out of my way. Speaking of extreme, I have the Sonic Extreme novelization by Troll Books. And Sonic is all about his extreme sports in that game. Man, no, no, no! 4th place, come on. Ah, oh, jeez, no! No, jump! This luge guy is smoking me here. Well, third place, hey, top 3, not too bad. Well, the game is actually more fun once you get a little practice on it. So, okay, so those are our 4 games that we can play. And let's take a look at demos for Tekken and Ridge Racer, which, even though Twisted Metal is quite iconic, I want to have this video not go on for too long. So let's take a look at Tekken, which is one of my all-time favorite games, and I love the visual style of Tekken 1. I love the 90s anime crossed with 3D models, and I love the kind of the over-exaggerated eyelashes, almost like they kind of look like the traditional Japanese artwork. It's a fantastic look, and some people say that this game looks dated, but I love the look and feel of this game. There's Yoshimitsu and King. So, as you noticed, you could play Galaga for the loading screen at the start of this game. And I believe if you beat that level, you can unlock Devil Kazuya as a playable character. And there is Kazuya Mishima right there. Man who sold his soul because his father threw him off a cliff. It's a long story, but it lays the foundation for the fantastic game that is Tekken. And here's King versus Michelle. I cannot control any of this. This is literally just a tech demo here. And it's actually using some different camera angles that you would normally see when you play the game. When you would play this game, you would have a more side view like that. But this game was designed to compete with Virtua Fighter and also draw some of its inspiration from Street Fighter as well. And has become, really one of the most well-known and most accomplished fighting game franchises ever. So I really enjoy Tekken 1, and we need to do a review of this game soon. Tekken. I even love the way that they wrote Tekken for the first game here. Alright, let's see if we can get back to the title screen. I think to do that I have to hit select and start at the same time. That is correct. Now let's take a look at the Ridge Racer demo. Alright. So I hit triangle just out of curiosity. I wonder what that... Oh, so triangle resets this. Sorry about that. Just wanted to hit some different buttons here and see what that would do. So, yeah, let's go to Ridge Racer here. And we'll view Ridge Racer. And this will do it for this review. Now, you'll play Galaxian for Ridge Racer as opposed to Galaga. And we just reviewed this game when we did the Bandai Namco flashback from At Games, which I think is a decent product. Certainly not deserving of the amount of hysteria that it's getting online. But here's Ridge Racer. This is Namco's 3D polygonal racing game designed to compete with games like Sega Rally and Daytona USA. And it's quite good. I'm not big into racing games, but this is a very nice looking game. And I didn't play it too much, but when I did play it at my friend's house, I thought it was pretty cool. So basically, this is just all this is. It's just different angles of cars racing. So there we have it, guys. That is the Ridge Racer. So there we have it. That is the PIX demo disc for the Sony PlayStation. If you can find this, it's an interesting artifact of the early PlayStation. So pick it up and enjoy it. Until next time, guys, my name is Noel. You take care, and we'll see you all later. Bye-bye.